Hi VC. This is my second attempt at doing this video because the first one I put on a phone and then with all these different compatibilities of Windows 10 and stuff, I don't have the technical know-how or can't work out really how to do it. So hopefully I'll get it right this time. Okay, so this is a video about after the record fair, which if you remember in my last video, I said I was going to post another video right after that one. Unfortunately, I spent the whole day sorting out records for this record fair, and well, it got to 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be up at about 8 in the morning to go there. So it didn't happen. So I thought I'd do a post results of how it went on the day. I drove there. I've got these great new boxes. I don't know whether you can see them or who recognises these, but they have these sort of like extra high lids on them. So I don't know whether like other ones do catch, but these you just sort of feel a bit safer. And also you can put your I haven't got it here, but you can put your different sections there, and they're easy to stack, and they've got clips, and I found them online, so I was really happy with those. That was six boxes for about £55, including the postage, which is pretty good, really. If anybody does want to know any more info, particularly English, British VC members, I can you can PM me and I'll tell you a bit more about them or about it. So I took quite a bit of stuff. It was in a pub. I've been to this one before. There's also a sort of a back room where I was this time on a table. Excuse me, and it's like a little music venue sort of thing, like a little hall. So I was quite happy there in amongst all these sort of various sellers of some very traditional, and they only want to sell prog, Beatles, and that sort of stuff, and some are more, shall we say, realistically priced than other sellers who have, like myself, I sort of did like 3 for a £5 or something, or you have some interesting bins to dig through. I also did get complimented that I was the only person who had a hip hop rap section, which was very nice, and I had a dance section. I suppose it's just because that's most of the stuff that I've accumulated from the 90s, early 2000s, and then from charity shops and things. Yeah, it's a mixture of stuff, but yeah, I have sort of like a indie section, and then for what people want to like maybe sample or spoken word and that sort of stuff, and then like your trad rock normal bands, Floyd, Beatles. Not that I've got particularly a lot from them to sell. I did have a few in this record box here, which I just ran out of time to price up. I'll just point down here. I think you might be able to see these ones. Well, I did put £40 on the Cypress Hill album there. That was as sort of far as it got, really. Didn't sell again. Yeah. Anyway, so I found this. I think it would be in one of my previous videos. It's just like listed for a lot of money, but I don't know. I didn't particularly like it, and then as you see, it's still got the shrink on it. I didn't really know how much to charge for it. I mean, we've all been to record fairs, and I'll just go through these while I'm talking. This is a bit torn, I think, on the back and a bit shabby looking, but anyway. Yeah, we've all been to record fairs, and I suppose you can see why people pay so much for the proper ones and stuff, but for me, many times a reissue or something or other will do. Yeah, as you can see, I just didn't get around to pricing these ones. This one has a horrible tear on the back there. Yeah, I've had that ages. I got that from like Record and Tape Exchange in London, probably like 25 years ago or something. Um, got a copy of that, which, well, don't know what it's worth really. Like most of these, because you have to do all the extra research with the matrix numbers and know all the knowledge, and even then you're not 100% sure. You know, like what you're putting out and selling, or even for that matter, buying. I suppose. The other thing I can never work out is which, unlike Virgin, this particular label is earlier or from different countries compared to the other one, which is it's not colour, is it? It's sort of very similar sort of label, but yeah, be interested to know if anybody can tell. That would be great. Yeah. So yeah, I think this was just some spare sleeves I had, and then I did do some swaps there. I did these swaps with other sellers. I got a copy of this album, which I do really like actually, but it's a little bit crackly on the first track on the beautiful sort of Celtic song there on the first track on the second side. And just when you don't want a crackle, that's when I got it. So another guy I swapped some stuff with, and his does a radio station, so he's sort of interested in taking me on board, I think. So I don't know when I'm going to find the commitment to do that. The ones I swapped with him, I can't remember what he took, but I've got an Out of This World compilation, sort of like space sci-fi sound effects. I don't know if this is a repress or it's just still sealed. But yeah, maybe I'll save that for when I need to leave this world, get out of this world for an afternoon. This is a Beastie Boys 12-inch. Hold It, Now Hit It. Now this is might be a repress. Well, it's 86, or it might be an import, but it's not on License to Ill, so I don't ever remember hearing that. So I've got an album of narrow boats. I don't know if you know about canals. We have them in UK. They were here before the railways, and definitely here before the roads. And they formed the major moving things around that are heavy, transporting goods, links all around. They were built by the Victorias. So here's an album with some interesting people talking about them. That will go very nicely with my album of people talking about buses. And here is somebody linked to Radiophonic Workshop. The guy's name is Brian Hodgson. He was at BBC for 10 years, it says. So I don't know what that is, but I thought that was worth a try. And this one I just bought. It's Vanessa Paradis' debut album with Je Le Taxi on it. That was a £5. So yeah, some sellers were more reasonably priced than others. I've got my little book here. So let's just put this up again. So yeah, there was a guy from a record shop. I think I have his flyer somewhere, actually. Yeah, from a shop here. So he's been to every one that I've been to, and he's come around and bought things like early on. Sometimes he's had a store, and there's a lot of that was going on, like sort of yeah, amongst the traders. So there we go. This is flyer. So he bought some records off me again, which was great. You know, now the whole sort of other people didn't get to see them. there's not really a lot you can do about it, really. Um, you know, I suppose some people do pay to go to the fairs early. Now, this was a small one. I will just point out it wasn't like a big sort of thing, and I was a little bit deterred from doing bigger ones because it sounds very cliquey and a bit elite. I don't know whether it's sort of like almost a little bit like record shops you don't feel comfortable in. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, be interesting to know what other people think about that as well. Having been to record fairs, I've been to one in Oxford here in England. Um, yeah, pardon me, excuse me. So yeah, somebody bought a birthday party early EP off me for £12. Some other bits and bobs there on my list. Yeah, I don't think you can see it very well, but yeah, there was a Best of Marvin Gaye for a fiver. Cover was a bit tatty, and I also had this Francis Lai Record Store Day 12-inch remix release, which I hadn't opened. If you do watch my video, somebody had been chasing me around the record shop trying to buy it. I just wanted to pick something up that day. I got an Ocean Colour Scene album, which I really like, but this was just something I'd heard the guy's name and came home, listened to it on YouTube, and wasn't that enamoured. And I suppose sold it for a very small profit. But that's not really what it's about. It was talking with people there. That was just great. The people that came, yeah, that was probably the best thing about it, to be honest. And making a bit of money, sort of. Well, it's good fun, isn't it? You go and hunt them out, and then not everything turns out exactly what you think it's going to be sounding like. But yeah, I'm going to do buy some that are just like to be sold again, or just sometimes, yeah, I can't remember what I've got. Yeah, so yeah, don't think I wanted to say anything else more after the record fair. Just that it was a good experience. This is a couple of weeks later. So I will do another one in a few months' time at the same place, hopefully. Yeah, just making contacts. I might be on the radio. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, to do that. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching. Yeah, just wanted to say hi to everybody, and thanks for subscribing. And yeah, talk to you all soon. Cheers. Bye.